Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special episode of Take the Black Live, the show where myself, Dan Selcke of WintersComing.net, and Mia Johnson of DarkSideOfTheForce.com and WintersComing.net talk all things sci-fi, fantasy, movies, TVs, because apparently no one else is brave enough to do it. Mia, okay, I'm going to be honest. I want to skip right past the pleasantries today and get to our first big story because HBO, out of nowhere, dropped a teaser trailer for the upcoming Game of Thrones prequel series, House of the Dragon, complete with Matt Smith in a Targaryen blonde wig, giant dragon skulls, lots of blonde wigs, frankly. They're all over the place. And such a sort of things.
Yeah, I'm excited. It was such a surprise. I woke up and the chat was like, I was like on fire. And I was like, wow.
It was a surprise.
Here.
Apparently they released it to kind of time with HBO Max rollout in Europe.
Interesting.
Is what I heard. Like it came along with the Peacemaker thing and other things. So
Yeah,
that's why
it was released like really early in the morning, but I guess for Europe it was like a decent time.
I agree with what Stephanie says. Yes, with like 18 S's. By the way, hey Stephanie, hey Dan, Christian, Terry, Jen, Julie. We're not going to keep you waiting, so I feel like we should just watch this trailer.
Let's do it.
Talk about it. I'm going to be doing CSI. Like, pause it there. And can I say zoom in? No, I won't say zoom in. And we're going to see what we can see. Okay.
Right.
Fire when ready, producer Richard. Okay. HBO. That's the network it's on. Okay. Pause it. This is going to be bad. Okay. Matt Smith, Targaryen wig. I think it looks okay. What do you think? How does it look?
A lot of them do look better on film. I was like, I have to say this on camera. It does look better on film. Some of them still look a little rough, but I'll give them a pass.
Yeah. I agree. It looks better on film, and it better because there's a lot of bleach blonde people in the show. Okay, continue. Okay, down to the thing. He's given a speech about there being gods, a literal series. He talks in the show. No one else does. This is him and Rhaenyra Targaryen, Emma D'Arcy. Okay, pause it. Okay, so 200 years before. So that's about right. So the Dance of the Dragons, the war this show is about, happens about like 170 years before, 200 years before. They're doing other like setup. So this should be like a pretty wide kind of time we're going to cover here. Because, we have young actors for Rhaenyra and older Rhaenyra.
Right,
We have young Alicent, older Alicent. Matt Smith, I guess, will just play himself 30 years apart. But yeah, so it'll cover a decent amount chunk of time, which I'm here for. Okay,
Yeah.
Continue. And feel free to do the pause thing too, or the fall of the throne. Okay, pause. Okay,
That was a quick one. Ooh.
It was. They're trying to hide it. What I've heard is that they're doing a lot of reshoots because it's hard to like have this many dragons like all the time on your show.
Yeah.
This is the skull of Balerion the Black Dread,
Good Lord.
the biggest and most fearsome of the Targaryen dragons. He's dead. Even by this point of the show, at the time when he's dead. But they keep his skull around. They keep all the dragon skulls around because they worship dragons, basically. It's a whole Targaryen
Yeah, I was going to
thing.
say, with all the candles, it looks like an altar for that dragon.
I thought that was a live dragon at first, and then the fans corrected me harshly and venomously and told me that it was, in fact, not really. They were fine. But yeah, I was wrong. That is the skull of Balerion the Black Dread.
Yeah. I would have thought maybe it was a statue. It looks like almost like stone, but yeah, I get that it looks like a skull-ish.
They're trying to... I predict a lot of looking at dragons through sheens of smoke and in the distance and through desert hazes.
Oh, a little movie magic.
A little movie magic when we actually get to the thing.
Okay.
Okay, continue. Thank you, Richard. You're a god. That's Otto Hightower, Hand of the King. Okay, pause it on this Kingman. Okay, this is Paddy Considine as King Viserys Targaryen the First. And that is the Valyrian steel sword Blackfire. All these names. How are there so many names for a thing that's like a prequel? Okay. And he's on the Iron Throne, which is very different. We'll get to that a little bit later. Continue.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's big. Well, it's interesting. I want to hear what you got. Okay, here we have Rain. Okay, pause it. This is... Thank you, Richard. Richard's being really... This is Miley Alcock as young Rhaenyra Targaryen. So, again, this show, like Game of Thrones, not really any main character, but if there is one, like she's the Jon Snow, she's the Daenerys Targaryen, she's the Tyrion Lannister. She'll be like a big player.
Got it.
That's the young version of her.
I just love that look, by the way.
It's not a bad look. I feel we'll talk about it later. The costumes look almost too elaborate to me in this.
How so?
Well, like right here, that is like a lot of different golden pieces. Like you got the necklace, the earrings, the headdress, and what looks like little golden appliques on her garment.
Right.
We can't see the whole thing, and she's in front of the Iron Throne. Important character. That's the king's daughter. Like so, that's the one who's on one side of the two wars. We got to, and whatever you guys think about this, hit us up.
Yeah,
As Christian says, crank the brightness into the long night. This trailer does maintain the Game of Thrones tradition of dark photography. Which I don't know about how I feel about that, but we'll see. Okay. Ready? Okay, Richard, please continue. Got some candles. Here we are with Matt Smith. Damon, okay, pause it. We have to look at this. Okay. Mia, what do you think?
You know, I think there's a reason, they've got the night filter on this. The front is well laid. If there's anything I can say about wigs, the front is well laid. The back, the party in the back, I'm not so sold on. Doesn't look super natural, like natural hair. If that's the only critiques that I can give in my professional opinion, because I know nothing else about House of the Dragon, it's that.
Okay, so yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I wonder if it's because it's Matt Smith. Like, we know what Matt Smith looks like,
Yeah.
Like, we kind of know what his hair looks like.
It's a little off-putting, yeah.
I mean, I'm down with it. I think it looks good. I mean, and they have, I guess, like, he's the famous one. He's the known face. They have an uphill battle trying to convince folk that he is not, in fact, Doctor Who or Prince Philip, but he is Daemon Targaryen. Leering, lascivious, violent, warlike, dragon-riding dude.
Yeah.
Give it to us, Matt Smith. You're doing it. I can see. I believe in you.
Look.
Thank you, Richard. That was good instinct. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. Paul. Oh, yeah. Here. This one. Okay. These are the Valerians. This is where I talk about the costumes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gold.
Yeah.
There's some gold.
Oh, man.
I forget what their house colors are. It must include gold. Valerians, powerful house. Very, very rich. Richer than the Lannisters. That guy on the left, the older one, Corlys Velaryon, he's a big important character, married to Rhaenys Targaryen. On the right, dragon riding lady. That's their gay son in the middle, who marries Rhaenyra. They also got their daughter over on the right. The whole family.
Yeah.
They're big players. Any impressions?
So they all have gray hair?
I mean, yeah. It's supposed.
It's the battle of the white hair versus the gray hair. That's my takeaway.
It's supposed to be Targaryen-ish hair.
Okay.
Does it read that way to you?
A little bit. So they're like.
They're like from the same area that the Targaryens are from.
I was like, are they a spin-off?
They're not related. They're from. They're
okay.
all from Valyria.
Okay.
The old empire that fell.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, overall, I like the looks. It is very regal. It's a little shocking to be like, oh, there's diversity now in a Game of Thrones series, especially,
Yeah, it is.
with these characters.
And again, that was perfect because, I mean, this is one of the situations where in the book, like, I don't think it even mentions their race at all. Like, this is their deciding it, which is a good thing. That they want to have some diversity in the show.
Right.
And I think they made a good choice because this family is important. Like, these are important characters, all of them. Guess which ones die throughout the course of the story?
Oh, no.
Not all of them, but some of them. And as Julie says, you can never get too elaborate with costumes for me. Having said that, if you think back to Cleopatra era, for example, there was a lot of gold used and silver. Julie, do you mean like Cleopatra, the actual time of before Christian times, or the movie Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor? Because I'm here for either one. But yeah.
I'm loving the costume. I'm with Julie. I think it's perfect. You can't go too far out.
Do we know what the house colors of House Valerian are? Because I'm forgetting. It can't be black and gold because that's House Greyjoy.
Yeah, it almost looks
must be gold.
Navy-ish or something too.
Maybe. Okay.
Super
okay.
Google. Okay.
This will be so fast. House Valerian colors. Don't worry. It's not a waste of time. Okay. Silver on sea green. Nope. They love gold.
Oh, so they changed that.
They did. Or they just have some outfits. As Stephanie says, their hair is actually supposed to be platinum blonde, and their eyes supposed to be lilac. That is Targaryens. You're right, but I think the boat sailed on lilac eyes when they tried to have Emilia Clarke wear contacts, and she couldn't act.
Yeah.
She was blinking so much. So leave that crap to The Witcher. All right.
No, right.
Are we ready again?
Let's keep moving.
Continue. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. No, that's fine. You're not going to do absolutely everything. It's all good. I want to stop at everything. It's not fair to you.
Yeah, we're stopping and taking pictures at all the
That's
sites.
really good, but it's okay. Okay, her is... it's fine. Okay, yeah, great. Hold on this one. Those two ladies. Okay. We saw a bunch of stuff. We saw Mysaria. We saw Alicent Hightower with the knife. Mm-hmm. This is a really important shot, this one. This is a great one to stop on. Thank you, Richard.
All right.
This is young Rhaenyra Targaryen and young Alicent Hightower